Hey, y'all. So imagine, as I put my earring in, welcome. I want you to imagine this. Imagine you're about to cook this big feast, as I know some of you are already planning to do. Let's say that this feast you're getting ready to cook just happens to be Thanksgiving dinner. Yeah. Well, the first step to creating an amazing dinner is choosing the right ingredients. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So, no matter how skilled you may be in the kitchen, if you don't have the right ingredients, the meal is not going to turn out the way that you want it to. You have to have the right stuff because trust, we're not eating everybody's food. We're not showing up to the cookout empty handed either. You got to be prepared, okay? Public speaking works the same way. The main thing that I'm used to fixing at Thanksgiving, honestly, is my plate. But my mama kind of called me out on that and she told me I better bring those yams. So, okay, I'm listening to my mama because, yes, I'm still healthfully, respectfully afraid of my parents. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Welcome to day one of setting the table, building a feast of connection in every room. I'm Kenya, a public speaking coach with a musical twist who helps ambitious professionals like you deliver your message with confidence, clarity, and charisma. I use my background as a musician and in the military to teach people how to speak like a pro with power, reach, and opportunity. Today, we're focusing on choosing your ingredients. And just like in cooking, hmm, the right ingredients are key to a memorable meal. So, when you're clear on your ingredients, your message becomes more focused, more impactful, and ready to resonate with your audience. So, I want you to think of today as laying the foundation for the rest of your speech. In cooking, the ingredients are what make the dish stand out. You're not going to, okay, y'all, think about it. Macaroni and cheese, mac and cheese. Are you going to get the Kraft cheese and macaroni version, the box version, where you open up a dust packet and sprinkle the dust packet on top of the noodles that you've cooked, that you've poured out of the cardboard box? And then maybe if you're feeling fancy, you might add a little bit of milk and butter. Or are you going to get the three different kinds of cheeses and you're going to get the good elbow macaroni, like the name brand elbow macaroni? Mm-mm. Okay, because when you're cooking the ingredients for this fantastic dish, this feast that you're getting ready to partake in, the same thing is true for public speaking. The main ingredient is clarity of purpose. When you know why you're speaking and who you're speaking to and what you want them to take away, everything else just kind of it falls into place. Similar to that mac and cheese, some people gonna throw your stuff out if you came with that box of Kraft cheese and macaroni. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So once your purpose is clear, you can focus on the presentation of your message on tomorrow and how to leave a lasting impression on day three. So, this is how we're setting up everything today. Today is about focusing on getting that purpose just right. So, we'll also clarify who your audience is, what their needs are, and how you can craft a focused, clear message that connects. If you have a pen and paper or some way to take notes, go ahead and grab that because you're going to need it. I like to do these kind of workshops, these kind of lives where it's not just one way. I need your participation in order for you to receive the growth. In order for you to keep going, you got to get involved with me. So let's just go ahead and start with your audience. I want you to imagine, so imagine, preparing a meal for a group of people that you know nothing about, without knowing their tastes, without knowing their preferences, and without knowing their needs. How can you possibly tailor this meal to them? in a way that you're going to be sure that they're satisfied, that their palates are satiated. The same is true for your speech. Understanding your audience is key to crafting a message that they'll connect with. So let's just talk about who my audience is and who it ain't. Who is my audience? I'm just using myself as an example. I want you to do the same work. So, my audience is high level professionals who expect value and actionable takeaways. You want to come in here and get what you came for. You want to come and get what you came for. You want to come in here and get something so you can take it and apply it right now. My audience is colleagues, stakeholders, and clients who need clear, effective communication. Y'all ain't got no time to waste because you got a million other things to do. My audience is decision makers and doers who trust my expertise and expect me to provide them with solutions, not trash. They want solutions. Let me tell you who my audience isn't. And I want you to do the same exercise. Identify who your audience is and who your audience isn't. My audience is not general audiences with no connection to their field or their message. I don't want to work with people who are disconnected from their purpose, who they serve, and the field that they operate in. My audience is not people who are here just for entertainment value. Now, I am an entertainer, but that's not what I'm doing in this moment. I'm here for your professional development. You can hire me for that musician stuff at another time because this ain't the time for that. Today's time is about professional development for public speaking. So, right now, I want to give you an activity to do. I want you to take 60 seconds, pause this video if you're watching the replay, but take 60 seconds and write down who is sitting at your table. Who's sitting at your table? Is it colleagues? Is it clients? Is it stakeholders? Are you advocating on behalf of students and scholars? Who is sitting at your table? That's the first question I want you to answer. Under 60 seconds, we're not going to take a lot of time to think about it. We're going to answer with what comes to mind first. The second part of that is, what do they care most about in relation to your message? So, who's sitting at your table and what do they care most about in relation to your message? Are they looking for actionable steps? Are they looking for clear solutions? Are they looking for leadership strategies? Why do they care about what you're here for? So drop a quick description of your audience in the chat below. The more you know about your audience, the more your message will hit the mark. And again, you're just taking 60 seconds to write down who's sitting at your table and what do they care about most as it relates to your message. So an example for me, the people sitting at my table are colleagues, clients, stakeholders, decision makers, doers, and they care most about my message because they want actionable steps, clear solutions, and leadership strategies that they can apply today. Today. Now let's talk about purpose. Your purpose is the core reason you're speaking, just like the main ingredient of your dish. If your purpose isn't clear, no amount of delivery or storytelling can save it. If you don't have a clear beginning, if you don't have a clear ending, if you don't know where you're going, if you don't know where you came from, you're going to jack it up. If your purpose isn't clear, no amount of delivery or storytelling will be able to save it. Purpose is what gives your message its energy, its focus, and its power. You must answer this in order to have a more successful public speaking exchange. So I want you to explore your purpose. If you're unclear on it, if you kind of know what it is, if you know what it is, but you may not have been able to articulate that in a few words or a couple of sentences, this one's for you. So I want you to think about in the recesses of your mind, what is the thing that drives your passion for this message? What drives you? I can tell you what drives me is a lot of times we were told to be quiet. We were told we were too much. And we were told that we needed to tone it down. And I'm here to reject all of that. I'm rejecting it all and replacing it with what's real. What's real? My purpose is to help you get unstuck all up in here. My purpose is to help you be more clear on how to communicate with your audience. So, what drives your passion for this message? Y'all not going to keep telling me be quiet. You're not going to keep telling me I'm too much. You can tell me I'm too much, but either you can bask in the sunshine of my afterglow or you can burn to dust. Either way, I'm going to shine. The sun does not ask for permission to shine, it simply shines. What do you want your audience to do, feel, or think after hearing you? What do you want your audience to do, feel, or think after hearing you? Again, we are exploring your purpose. What is it that drives your passion for this message? What do you want your audience to do, feel, or think after hearing you? And finally, how does this message tie back to your professional mission or your personal or professional values? How does this message tie back to your bigger professional mission or professional or personal values? So here's your right now, do it right now activity. Let's refine your purpose in 60 seconds or less. We're going to 60 seconds or less. I want you to write this down. Why is your message important to you? And how does this message help your audience achieve their goals? I'll say again, why is this message important to you? And how does this message help your audience achieve their goals? And I want you to be able to write your answers in a clear statement. So I have an example. And again, I'm using my business as the example. For example, again, what we're answering is why is this message important to you? And how does this message help your audience achieve their goals? Now, I'm passionate about helping leaders communicate with confidence because I've seen how clarity transforms leadership. I'm passionate about helping my colleagues and peers better communicate with greater confidence because when they are more free to do their work, the people behind them rise, and so do my colleagues. Really? The thumbs down. Really? Let me give myself a thumbs up. I forgot these were turned on. I can also do this here. After you drop your purpose in the chat or jot it down for yourself if you're watching the replay, come on back and get these lasers. All right. One more point I want to give to you. You want to craft your core message. This is part of your opportunity here. Your core message is the centerpiece of your speech. It's the one key takeaway you want your audience to remember. Great speakers don't try to say everything, they focus on one powerful, clear message. This is your main dish. This is your turkey. This is your brisket. This is your ham. Y'all, I'm starting to get hungry. This is your main dish. Your core message is your main dish. It's the star. It's the star of your whole presentation. You got to make it count. So let's go ahead and put everything together. Here's a simple formula to clarify what your core message is if you're unsure. So the first thing you want to do is to write down your audience's primary challenge or their primary need. My audience wants to lead meetings with more authority, but they lack a clear structure. They know what they want to say, but figuring out how to say it in a way that makes sense to them and their audience, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to mind that gap. So write down your audience's primary challenge or need. That's the first thing. The second thing you're going to do is write down how your message solves that challenge. Write down how your message solves that challenge. My example is, I teach frameworks that help leaders communicate more confidently and with a clear structure. That's how my message solves the challenge. And then the final step you're going to do here is you're going to combine number one and number two into one clear statement. So, number one is write down your audience's primary challenge or need. And number two is to write down how your message solves the challenge. The third step is to combine number one and two into one clear statement. So, mine would be every leader deserves to feel confident when speaking. I'll show you how to lead impactful meetings that engage and inspire action. Because I know what you say really matters. I know what you say has impact. I know what you say helps somebody else. So I want you to take 2 minutes to write your core message using this formula and drop it in the chat or note it for your own self to come back to as a reference, and we can refine this together. So, again, question number one or step number one, if you're trying to get to what your core message really is, because it's the main ingredient, it's the star, it's the star. Oh, I'm a star. Okay. Number one is to write down your audience's primary challenge or need. Number two, write down how your message solves that challenge. And number three, combine one and two into one clear statement. Again, my examples are here's my audience's primary challenge. My audience wants to lead meetings with more authority, but they lack a clear structure. Here's how my message solves that challenge. I teach frameworks that help leaders communicate more confidently and with a clear structure. And number three, here's the number one and two combined. Every leader deserves to feel confident when speaking. I'll show you how to lead impactful meetings that engage and inspire action. So take a couple of minutes and write your core message using that formula. And I want to remind you that access to today's replay is limited. And if you sign up for this series, you will receive a replay link for 7 days. But if you're part of my Speak Like a Pro membership, you'll have unlimited access to this session and all previous recorded sessions. Plus, there's exclusive coaching and other resources that I have for you to help refine your public speaking skills. This is in my membership, the Speak Like a Pro membership. And if you're ready to dive deeper into this work, now is the perfect time to join the membership. Today, you've chosen your ingredients, understanding your audience, refining your purpose, and crafting a clear core message. These are essential components of a successful speech. Just like quality ingredients are the foundation for any great meal. Don't come to me with that whack mac and cheese. Don't come to me with that dressing that's unseasoned. Don't do it. I'm not going to eat it. Tomorrow, we're moving on to plating and presentation, where we'll take those ingredients and focus on how to deliver your message with confidence, clarity, and charisma. Let me leave you with this, okay? Your message deserves to be served with intention and excellence. Your message deserves to be served with intention and excellence. Take the time to refine your purpose and core message, and your audience will be hungry for more. I will see y'all tomorrow at 12 p.m. Central Standard for day 2, plating and presentation.